Okay, I hit live.
Okay, here we go.
I don't see anything on my phone.
I can see it on my
okay,
laptop.
here we go.
Here we go.
Okay,
Awesome.
and we are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the stream. 4NinesFine here. And we've also got the one, the only, probably the smallest subscriber to video ratio in the stacking community, BootyGirlStacking here.
Oh, I've got to get more videos.
No, it's impressive. It's impressive what you've done with the amount of time you've been on here and how many uploads you've got up. You've got a decent following going. You also have excellent. You've got really good engagement with your posts. I've noticed. I need to step up my post game.
Well, thank you. That's just because every time I buy something new, I can't seem to keep it to myself, so I just get excited and
exactly.
Yeah, I'm just like, hey, look what I got.
Let me address the chat here. We've got Silver Dad. We've got Silver Dad. How's it going, man? Silver Dad, let me say something about Silver Dad. I don't know how he does it, but he's probably, sometimes he uploads multiple times a day. I see a video at least every single day, and sometimes multiple videos a day. I think that's really impressive. We've also got Dan. I don't know how to pronounce this one. Seal4 Hordian.
Seal4 Hordian. It's I can't remember. He told me. I actually talked to him kind of regularly on Discord and whatnot. He's a cool guy. I think it means, I don't know if it's Norse or like what language it is. It's some sort of language for silver hoarding.
Okay.
Hordian. Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Good evening. And then we got R Delgado. Ahoy.
Delgado.
And then, of course, John Carlo. How you doing? And then Zeus. I'm happy to see Zeus in here. I know that Zeus has been really busy with his work schedule and everything, with it getting hotter outside and everything with his job. He usually Zeus. Gets super busy in the summertime. We got Bianca showing some love. And then Mama Cat Knudsen.
Mama Cat Knudsen.
These are a lot of names that I haven't seen before. There's a lot of your folks in here.
That's awesome. Hey guys, I'm glad y'all all turned out for the live. That's really great.
We've got Mopar Jurgen. Mopar. How's it going? Joseph, he's been around for a long time. Good to see you. Baby Shark, how's it going? Working Bulldogs. I see Working Bulldogs on several channels, commenting here and there, so it's good to see you. And then Jack, hello, how's it going? I'm not going to read your last name. I caught that one. And then Cartier Silver, how's it going?
Cartier, have you seen his pores and stuff that he does?
I haven't. What kind of pores does he do?
Wait, I think he does pores. Unless I'm mixing him up with someone else. Anyway, they're pretty cool. It's like bars and whatnot.
That's cool. Is it copper or silver?
I think he does silver, if I'm not mistaken.
That's cool.
I hope that I'm not mixing him up with someone else. I think he does pores.
That's cool.
That's cool. Real quick. Let me see.
Who else?
Here, silver. Let's see.
Jack says it's French. That's a great name, Jack. It's a great name.
That's awesome. Let's see.
Yeah, he says yes, I pour silver.
Yeah, I knew that. I knew he did. I think I just like spoke out of turn. I thought I did, but I didn't.
And then there's Spin.
Stuff.
Do what?
Oh, I was just saying, yeah, he's got some pretty cool stuff that I've seen.
I want to get into pouring. I just need like a shop and all the equipment and everything. I want to make jewelry. That'd be really cool.
That would be really cool. I would love to get into pouring. Maybe I will eventually. I'm just trying to get some other stuff off the ground first.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There's a lot that goes into it.
Definitely. I mean, the barrier to entry isn't too bad. I mean, you can probably get a pretty decent kit for like between $300 and $500 to start out, from what I've looked at.
Mm-hmm. I know that T-Bird does a ton of, I don't know if you've seen his stuff, but he does like a ton of copper pouring.
Yeah, I did. I actually have seen a little bit of his stuff.
Yeah, he usually goes live every midnight pretty much.
See, that's the thing I love about the fact that I finally have a mailbox set up. For the longest time, I've been wanting to buy some stuff from different pourers in the community. And now I finally have a mailbox to do that. So I can send and receive things like that. I mean,
Did
I
you
have
just
my
get like
own
a
mailbox, but
right?
go ahead, sorry.
Like, did you get like a just like a regular PO box for it, or how'd you do it?
So I'm using Anytime Mailbox. Actually, Blue Collar is the one who turned me on to it. They're got a pretty reasonable price. I will say though, it's my specific mailbox is a little interesting. I went there for the first time the other day, and it's literally a laundromat / mail service. So
Okay.
I walked in there, and the lady literally pulled like pulled some mail like out of a cabinet. I mean, it was secure, but it was just I just wasn't expecting it. It kind of threw me for a loop. But
Well, at least it's kind of hidden, I guess,
yeah, I
inside of
guess.
a laundromat.
I mean, they lock it up. It's just kind of weird. I was expecting more of like a PO box type setup. But anyway, it's pretty good. Do you
I'll
have
have to
mail?
look into that. No, not yet.
No.
I need to set mine up. I need to send out stickers to like a dozen people too.
I know. I got to get my stickers made.
I forgot who I used. Let me see if I can find it. But I can find it real fast. They're not terribly expensive. I had like 80 of them made for like $1.25 a piece. Let me see if I can find it.
$1 a piece. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was like $1 or $1.25. Obviously, the more you get, the cheaper the rate is per unit. But I got like 70 or 80 of them for like $1 something a piece. It's sticker app, and you can go on there and you can make exactly what you want. Like you can do whatever you want, and you can make it holographic. Here, I'll grab some of mine.
Nice.
I've got them somewhere over here. I've got two different kinds. Yeah, I've got two different kinds. I know Zeus has been waiting like a year for me to send him stickers. But I had two different types made. I have like a first edition and a second edition.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So this is the first edition, and then the hand is the second edition. But I still need to send these out.
Yeah, I remember when you first started showing those off on your channel. I always thought those were pretty cool. I like how you did the glove. It's like your signature.
I'm glad you like that, because I was wondering if anybody thought that was cool, but
you know what it reminds me of? You know those like on an iPhone, like how you can make your own emojis basically. They kind of look like stickers. It's like a picture and you can like stuff with it or whatever. It kind of reminds me of that style.
Yeah. But I mean, sticker app, I mean, you can do like holographic. I mean, I did it around the edges of this one. Like there's all kinds of stuff you can do, and it's pretty cheap. So if you're thinking about making stickers, sticker app is a good one.
Sticker app. Now see, I've got a profile, or I've got like an account already on Redbubble. So depending on their prices, I was thinking about just uploading my logo and everything to that and just going with that, or doing it through Etsy. But sticker bubble, I mean, if it's cheaper, I might just go that route. So
pull this up.
All right,
here.
like we have some more people, I think, trickling in. Let me see. We've got Blue Collar Stacker saying smash the like. I like that. Yeah, smash the like, everybody.
Yeah, appreciate it, Blue Collar. We got Vegas in here too.
Awesome.
Good to see Vegas.
We got Felix. He says, hey, gang. Vegas said, hey, I heard Blue Collar has the piece you're looking for.
They think they know what I'm looking for. They may or may not be right.
They reached out to me too. Is it about the tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel
I'm not
like
ready to. I'm just not ready to trade silver for it. I think silver's going to go up some more.
it probably will, but I mean, I don't know. Gold also went up a little today too, so it's like silver, I mean, it will probably go up a bit more, but I don't know. I mean, my line of thinking is depending on the price tag, those tigers are really hard to come by for less than yeah, I mean they're really expensive a lot of times.
Yeah.
So but
Yeah,
I
the
just
premium's
I
on.
don't think I don't have the silver budget right now to be getting a full half ounce. So I asked him if he had any quarter ounces or 1/10 ounces, because I'm like, I might, because I mean the ratio did go down more than when I made my first trade, but like literally a day after, I was like kicking myself, not really kicking myself because I still got a good deal ultimately on that mouse, but it was like that would happen literally the
that's
day
how
after.
it goes.
Yeah, I know.
That's how it goes. That's anytime you're finally ready to like liquidate or move into a different type of metal or anything, it'll always go up in price.
Blue Collar just said, I take cash. Laughing face.
Hey, I asked him his
Man.
price and he offered the trade for silver, and I'm just not ready. I think the GSR is gonna go to like 75 to 1. I think it will. I don't know if I think the whole price push, the motivation behind the price rising right now, I don't know if it's the solid state batteries that are going to be put in electric vehicles here soon or not, but I think silver still has some room to run. I think it could go to $40, maybe 45. But then at the same time, if the rate cuts come through this summer, everything's going to go up. So there's just a lot of movement right now, and it's kind of been that way for like a year and a half now. So
That is true. There's a lot of moving pieces, and then like the rate cut, and then all like coming up, and then also just not really knowing day to day what's going to happen next with tariffs and counter tariffs. It's kind of the wild west out there right now.
Yeah, we're not going to see the end of that for some time, probably.
For sure.
Or maybe ever. For this the entire time Trump is in office, I don't even know if it'll be resolved.
Yeah, it's just a lot. And then on top of that, there's just already so much damage that's been done to the dollar. That in and of itself is enough just to keep both metals going up at a pretty crazy rate.
Yeah, that's why I'm stacking both. That's why I'm focusing both. I actually just recently got rid of all the capsules for my maples because I don't know. Ultimately, I think it's a part of growing as a stacker, because originally I had all of these maples in capsules, but after a while I kind of looked at them and I thought this is kind of silly to put these maples in capsules. So
I mean,
I just took them out.
For me, I'm still kind of in. I traded some of my maples for my gold piece that I just got a few weeks ago, but I'm going to be buying some more because they're kind of my favorite sovereign coin as far as just like your standard sovereign coins go, for a myriad of reasons, the price point, and also just the security features, mint shield technology. Like it's a gorgeous coin. But for me, if I have a handful of maples or American silver eagles, I'm probably going to keep them in capsules just because I don't know, I like the way it looks. But I agree with you. Like once I get to the point where I've got between 10 and 20 plus, at that point I'm probably going to switch to tubes.
Yeah. I mean, I thought I was always going to keep these in capsules, but I guess some of the novelty just wore off with it. I mean, it's still my favorite sovereign coin, but I think just some of the novelty of stacking maybe wore off a little bit. And I was told, like, in the future you won't be capsuling your maples, and I was like, no, never. I'll always have these in capsules. But people were right.
Capsules forever.
Yeah.
I'm kind of in a similar boat as far as some of the novelty wearing off some of my pieces. I'm kind of trying to, I'd like to keep the magic alive as long as I possibly can. It sounds kind of silly. It is, I still very much so think of my stack as treasure, hence the aesthetic that I've got going on here. But no, I know what you mean. I mean, I think that's part of the reason why it was so easy for me. Well, I say easy. Some of the pieces were a little harder to let go of, but it was a lot easier for me to trade my silver for that gold coin that I recently got than it probably would have been 6 months to a year ago. There were just some pieces that I had had for a really long time that I got for a pretty cheap price. And, at that point I was kind of ready for something new. And even though it was pretty hard to let go of my maples specifically and my Scottsdale bar, my Scottsdale and my Germania mint bars, I was a little sad about those, but everything else that I traded, I don't even think about it. The novelty had totally worn off those pieces for me.
I've actually got I feel the exact same way. I agree with you, but I've actually got a video that I haven't even filmed yet that I need to get done already. But I had a bunch of, so when I first got into stacking, I found the Lunar Series by AppMex. Okay, which, first of all, that was probably my first mistake, buying a bunch of silver on AppMex, because it's always kind of overpriced in my opinion. But in any case, I bought a bunch of the Lunar Series that's made by AppMex, and I think it was somewhere around 26 or 27 after the premium. But ultimately, I had 11 of the AppMex Lunar Series, and it just didn't really fit anywhere in my stack. Like I'm kind of OCD about things. Like I've got my my hexagon bars. I've got my RCM bar. I got buffaloes and maples. Everything's kind of organized in that sense. And then I just had these random Lunar Series coins. And then I had like a Merry Christmas round and a Alien round and a Dogecoin round. And it just didn't really have a place in my stack. So I actually just sold those. I'd been kind of sitting on the fence on whether I should sell them or not. And then silver went up to 36 and some change. And I sold it. So, and that's going to go towards a gold piece.
That's good. I remember I actually watched that video that you posted about that whenever you decided to sell some of those AppMex Lunar Series pieces. And I think you made a good choice. I do the same type thing. I had a coin the other day. I was in a coin shop, and I don't know. Do you ever do the pocket carry thing where you put a piece of, okay. So I do that. People think I'm a nerd, but stackers get it. So I was at the LCS for a completely different reason, and I just so happened to have like a piece of silver in my pocket that I wasn't really crazy about, and I didn't plan on doing this, but I saw something else that caught my eye, and I ended up making a trade for it. It was actually, they had the 10-ounce version of this as well, but I didn't have cash with me that day, so I didn't buy it. But I got the 1 ounce version, the Pamp Lady Liberty bar.
Oh yeah,
I love this thing. I think it's so pretty. So I went ahead
that
and
one is
just
nice.
got this. I love how reflective the background is. It's like
Mm-hmm.
literally like a mirror. So I traded a coin for this, and they were about the same price point. So it was kind of just like I didn't gain or lose anything. It was just sort of changing it up for the sake of variety, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to
That
get
is
a
a nice
10
one.
ouncer of this. I love the 10 ounce Lady Liberty bars from Costco. God, they're so pretty.
I don't have a Costco where I live, unfortunately. I'm jealous.
Oh, really? That stinks.
Yeah, yeah. We have a Sam's Club, but they don't carry any medals.
I know. I say that stinks, but I don't have a Costco membership either. My dad has one, so if I decide to buy some, he'll let me use his membership. I have a Sam's Club membership too.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know why Sam's hasn't like caught on to that yet, why they aren't doing the same thing.
Right.
I mean, I
Right.
know that Walmart.com sells bullion, but I mean it's different dealers that are fulfilling those orders.
Yeah, and Sam's is the same type of it's a wholesale store just like Costco is, so I don't see why they wouldn't tap into that market, but
For sure. I don't know, it's kind of weird. Maybe one day.
what would be really cool is to actually see Walmart carry medals in store.
That would be pretty cool.
Because
I mean,
I mean
go ahead, sorry.
they've got listings for dealers all over the place, and they've got quite a few options actually, but they don't carry it themselves. So it's interesting to see that they don't do that.
Yeah. Also, they have their own jewelry at Walmart and Sam's Club. So you would think that that would just kind of be the next step.
Maybe it's a security risk or something. I don't know. I don't know.
I don't know. Kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe it'll change one day.
Maybe I'm wanting stacking to kind of take over. That would be. I've heard that it's growing in popularity, and I'm hoping that it is. But I mean, every day the dollar dies a little more. So
Yeah, I kind of think that that is what is driving the popularity of it starting to increase. For the most part, the only stackers I know of are, more middle-aged to older. It's not really very popular with people in their 20s and 30s, but I think that it's kind of catching on a little bit more just because of how bad the dollar is crashing. So,
right, right,
yeah, I know it'd be
right,
cool if
and
we got that to kind of trickle down into the younger generations.
yeah, and I mean, just about anybody could save or go stack, 1 ounce of silver a paycheck, but we'll see. Time will tell. And the way I look at it is, we have all these things, especially Americans. We have all these things, and we spend a lot of money on them, but none of them retain their value. Everything depreciates. There's the vast majority of Americans, they don't actually own anything that even holds its value over time. Um, and that's a scary thought. That's a scary thing that there's nothing that the average American has that has any type of backing or can stand the test of time.
That's so true. I mean, because I guess the only other hard asset besides the metals would be, real estate. And
Yeah,
with the way that's going, with the way the housing market is currently, it's becoming more and more difficult for Americans to get into real estate. And
right,
so you're right. I mean, with less and less people owning homes, uh, people don't really own things. I mean, even like something as simple, and this isn't really appreciate and value over time, but it makes me think of a conversation I was having with my mom a few months ago where she was talking about owning something as simple as a DVD. You know, we don't even own
Right.
DVDs and video games anymore. It's all,
Right.
everything is becoming so subscription based that, and people don't even realize that they don't own anything. I mean, it's that kind of,
It's
almost
crazy.
yeah, it's kind of become a trope now, but it's so true that you'll own nothing and be happy. And we have
Yeah.
people walking around that don't even know what it's like to own a movie, which sounds so insignificant, but I feel like it's kind of, it's almost like it was almost one of the first precursors to that process of phasing out ownership of tangible goods.
Yeah, and it's the principle behind it. I mean, sure, it's just a movie, but you know, it's really just the principle behind it, and it's a slow progression into people really not owning anything at all. It makes you wonder, like, I mean, are people going to own cars in the future? There's this whole conspiracy behind smart cities, and what do they call them? They call them like 10-minute cities where everything is automated and
10 or 15
everybody,
minute city, something like that.
yeah, and everybody gets in their driverless Ubers or whatever, and it drives them to where they're supposed to go. And I think it sounds kind of science fictiony, but it's I don't think it is at all. I think that's where we're headed for a lot of cities, aside from like super rural areas. Um, I see that being 100% a possibility.
Oh,
So
that's
that's
absolutely true. Because I mean, I lived in DC for 2 years, and when I moved down there, I intentionally left my car in Texas because I
mhm,
didn't want to, because it's an inconvenience. I mean, in those kinds of cities, it truly is an inconvenience to own a car because you have
really.
to park it. Yeah, because you have to park it in a garage, and the traffic is bad. And the thing is it's in places like DC and New York, they're completely run on public transportation. So like the metro is so much faster than getting in a car and pulling out of the parking garage and then driving and then trying to find parking in downtown DC. It's a whole thing. So it was actually more cost effective and easier to not have a car there. So it's like, imagine, living in an urban area like that, where they've already kind of done away with cars for the majority of people. Well, what happens whenever we have a collapse or an emergency happens?
Mhm.
People literally don't have modes of transportation. I mean, I have a car now that I'm back in America. I'm
Yeah,
back
yeah.
in Texas, but it is definitely a reality already for certain areas of the United States. So, I mean, who's to say it won't happen in suburbs in the future?
Yeah, yeah, that's for sure the direction that we're going. Um, and not to make the conversation all about the government's evil and everything, but I think it's 100% within their interest that people aren't independent, and looking at the dollar potentially being digitized, that's just another huge layer to all of this because that's going to be here in not a very long amount of time. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if we had a CBDC within 5 years by 2030, and the dollar itself is just about completely phased out. It's interesting to watch it happen in real time. Meanwhile, 99% of people have no idea about it. They don't think about it. They don't talk about it. They just, take their Uber and yeah, it's kind of scary.
You're right. I mean, the majority of people don't think about this. But I guess that's what we're trying to change, right? We're trying to raise awareness on it. You know, I try to make I mean, I'm not by any means an expert on the economy. I'm working on it, but I'm trying to become as knowledgeable as I can and share that
Mhm.
information with as many people as I can. And I know you're trying to do the exact same thing. Also, because I want my channel to not only be tailored to people who stack. I want that, I really do, but I also want it to get people interested in stacking that have maybe never even thought about it. And I actually had a couple of people tell me that my channel kind of like helped give them a nudge. Mine, along with some other channels, gave them like a nudge towards stacking and helped them sort of realize they wanted to start. And so hopefully the more people like you and me continue to create content like this, the more people will start to kind of wake up to the reality of what we're facing in the economy.
I agree. I agree 100%. It's a really good feeling knowing that you have something that not only retains its value but appreciates over time, and then also appreciates even faster when things aren't going well economically. It's a really good feeling knowing that you can hold something like that, and it really kind of highlights the I don't want to use the word ignorance of the common public. That seems kind of aggressive, but I mean, people's ignorance towards tangible assets, because we look at real estate, like you said earlier, it's only getting more and more difficult to attain. Kids that are being born today, probably there's a good chance they'll never ever own a home. Kids being born right now, and I think that's why stacking is so important, and it's definitely uh, uh, an issue that needs to be talked about more. It's people back in the day, people owned things themselves that held their value, and that's just not the case anymore. It's not the case anymore. Now everything is service and subscription based. Like you said earlier, you don't actually hold anything in your hand anymore. And that's why stacking is so important. That was one of my initial big motivators of starting a YouTube channel, aside from just wanting to make stuff, was spreading the word of stacking. And I hope it grows. I don't know if it will. I can't tell like tangibly. I can't see it. I mean, I don't run into people in the day to day and they're like, "Oh, look at this silver I have." But hopefully it's growing, and I look at my analytics every couple of months to see if the age brackets have shifted a little bit, but they haven't. They're kind of the same as they always have been. They're majority like 45 to 55 and 55 to 65. And I don't really know how to expose this to younger generations. Maybe I need to start putting Pokemon cards in my videos. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Maybe I should start doing Pokemon card reviews. I don't know anything about Pokemon, but maybe if I set it next to some Earth Mint stuff, maybe people will ask, what is that coin? What's that about? But
That's so interesting. So when I look at my analytics, it's kind of similar, but I will say this is exciting to me. I do see when I look at my analytics, it says about 20% are between the ages of 18. No, sorry. Just under 20% are between the ages of 18 and 25. And then a little
Really?
over 20% are between the ages of 25 and 40. And then I think I'm getting those age brackets right. And then it's like 20% are between 40 and 50, something like that. And then the older, I would say like between 60 and 80, like that is lower for me. So it's kind of like yours, but just think if you were to take your age bracket and shift it down a little by about a decade, it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't know if it's because I started doing more shorts content, because I noticed that once I started doing that, that's whenever I started having more people in their 20s watching my stuff.
Okay. That makes sense.
Do you do a lot of shorts? Usually I'm just so used to
No.
watching all of your long form videos. I haven't really paid attention to see if you've got shorts or not.
I very rarely upload them. I need to. I like how you take clips of your videos and you make shorts out of those, and then in the short you're like, "Hey, check out the full video." I like how you do that. I need to start incorporating that, but I've uploaded like, I don't know, 3 shorts in the past 6 months probably. I barely upload shorts at all, and I'm looking at I have my other phone here, and my 18 to 24 age bracket only takes up 2.5% of my audience.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's gotta be. It's gotta just be because of shorts. I mean, it's obviously you not posting shorts isn't doing anything to hurt your growth, man. I mean, like your channel has exploded in the last year. I remember I started watching you when you had about 400 and something viewers, and thinking this guy is going to blow up.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, no, I mean you're doing an amazing job. I think that if you were to start taking your, because this is what I do, I've maybe only made 2 shorts that were independent from a long form video. I usually just take my long form video, I download it, and then I go on to TikTok. This is what I started doing recently, because used to I would put all the words in manually, which took forever. But now what I do is I'll go on TikTok, I'll take a clip from the video that I like, and then I'll just hit the auto generate captions and then just pick the style that I want. And then just like put the text, like the click here to watch full video type thing in there. And then the booty shorts thing. And then I'll download it. And then I'll just take that video after I've posted it on TikTok, I'll download it and then just put it on YouTube. And it only takes like maybe 20 minutes max to make a short that way. A lot faster than what I was doing before.
I've done manual captions on other videos before, and you're right. It takes a significant amount of time. What I admire about your channel is it's probably the most. Your channel is probably the most stylistic stacking channel on YouTube. Like you've cut out a style and a theme that nobody else has. And I really admire that about your channel. And I think it really helps drive engagement on your channel. Because like I said at the beginning of the stream, you've uploaded a certain amount of content, but you've established such a huge following just off of that small amount of content. I mean, it's not like you're uploading every single day. So that's what I've been impressed about the most with your channel. And what I was wondering, what do you use to film with? You have like a DSLR or something?
Well, first of all, I just want to say thank you for saying that. That's really nice of you. I'm really excited about the growth. I think if I did post, I mean, I don't post every day. I think if I posted more than once a week, lately I've kind of fallen into a bi-weekly posting thing since I like started working again. I was on leave for a while, but I'm going to start posting weekly again, I promise. But I think if I were to post as often as you post, I'd probably see even more growth, which is what I'm aiming to do. I'm going to start more aggressively posting here within the next couple of months to really like push to get to that 2,000 sub mark. But anyway, I just wanted to say thank you so much for that. So what do I shoot with? I shoot with a Canon EOS R50. It's just like a standard like photography camera / videography camera. It's not anything super crazy. It is like a higher end camera, obviously. I mean, it's a nice Canon camera. It's my wife's camera, actually. She lets me use it. So I use that. And then to edit, I use free editing software. I just use Microsoft Clipchamp. So it's pretty like simple stuff. I go pretty heavy on the props, I guess. Maybe that's why I've got that like style going on, the treasure chest and everything. I don't know. I'm obsessed with that aesthetic though. I always have been.
Yeah. Well, I mean, everything about. Oh, 1 second. Thousandaire Radio with a $20 donation. Thank you very much for that, Thousandaire. I appreciate that a lot. It always makes me feel awkward when people donate, but I really do appreciate that a lot. Thousandaire, by the way, he also has a very, very unique channel. And what I really like about his is he's got longer form videos, but they're so easy to listen to. And he throws in all of these like little jokes that you may catch or you may not catch. He's got very, very good commentary on his videos.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's awesome. He really is. So if anybody, if anybody in the chat hasn't seen Thousand Dare, you got to check him out. He's one of the best on YouTube. He's definitely going to be a big one here in the future as well. But one thing I wanted to say about you wanting to upload more is if you uploaded 3 times a week, I think that you would be at, like, if you started next week, let's say you start July 1st, whatever, just to make the math easy. If you started July 1st, uploading 3 times a week, I think, and with your shorts that you incorporate on top of that, I think that you would be at 10,000 subs by January 1st. I really do think that.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
Wow. Well, that's very kind of you. I would love to see that happen.
Yeah, I'm just being realistic about it. I'm gonna pull your channel up real quick and see, like, I'm gonna count real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Okay. 17 long form videos with 1,300 subs. So divided by 17, 76, which is a very high subscriber per video ratio. And then let's say for 6 months, you do 3 videos a week. 3, 6, 9, 12. 12 times 6, that's 72 videos times 76 per video. That's about 5,500 subs. I was a little bit off, so what? But you would be at least 7K. And the thing about growing a bigger following is the bigger your following is, the bigger each video is. So it's exponential. So you would, 100%. If you did 3 videos a week, you'd be at 10K subs by January 1st, without a doubt.
Well, I really want to do that. And this brings me to a question that I have for you, which is how are you so productive with your video and consistent with your posting? Like, admittedly, I could be doing a little better this past month. It's been a little hectic, so that's why I've kind of been doing the bi-weekly posts the last couple of videos. I'm going to get back on my weekly post schedule, like I said. But how are you cranking out? Like, sometimes I feel like you're doing between 3 and 5 videos a week. How are you doing that? Are you filming multiple at once and then just like editing them on like an editing schedule? Like, what is your methodology?
So I tried lately. I actually haven't uploaded at all this week because I kind of wanted this live stream to be the thing for the week. But normally I upload on Wednesday. No, excuse me. I upload on Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. And I'll put the video that I think is the least engaging on Monday, the second most engaging video on Thursday, and then the big video for the week on Saturday.
That makes
And
sense.
what I'll do while I'm working, sometimes I always work 5 days a week. Sometimes I work 6 days a week. But no matter what, during my work days, I'm writing down video ideas. Like, I have a notepad in my phone with like 20 unfilmed video ideas, video topics. Yes. And whenever I have an off day, I'll try to record 2 and edit both of them and make a thumbnail for one of them. And then on my second off day of the week, I'll record that last video, the third video, and edit it and make a thumbnail for the other 2 videos. So that way the next week is fully booked out. And then I'll just schedule them for when they're going to be uploaded. And then the videos just kind of go live as the days pass. And I try to keep up with that. But there are times where I just don't want to do it. Like, there's times, like, I love filming. I love creating stuff. I love talking about precious metals. I love responding to comments. I love talking to everyone and seeing how people are doing. But sometimes I don't feel like it. Sometimes I just want to rot on the couch with my cats and just relax sometimes. And what's interesting about that is I was actually talking about that on a live stream a couple months ago that I did, and I don't remember who it was. And they said, if you don't feel like filming, then you shouldn't do it that day. And
That makes
and
sense.
and it's true because I kind of feel like it can show in your videos. Like there's been videos that I've recorded that I didn't really feel like doing anything that day. And then once I'm done editing it and I'm getting ready to upload it, I I'm reviewing it and making, cutting out all the mistakes and everything. And there'll be like three or four things that I forgot to say, or three or four points that I forgot to make. And I think it's very, very difficult. First of all, it's very difficult to stay consistent, and then with the uploads, and then it's even more difficult to retain the quality in the videos. And so that's been the biggest struggle, is maintaining the consistency and maintaining the quality for each and every upload. Um, and I've kind of fallen off a little bit in the past 2 weeks. I think last week I only uploaded 2 videos, and then this week I kind of took a break as well. But um, that's kind of how I go about it. While I'm working during the regular day job days, I'm writing down topics, leaving notes. Like I'll write down the topic in my notepad, the video topic, and then I'll put, uh, you know, cliff notes for it. Like what exactly are we talking about? What's the text going to be in the thumbnail? Um, just to kind of leave myself notes. Um, and then by the time I'm off, I kind of have a really good idea as to what I'm going to say. And then whenever I start recording, I just kind of elaborate on it, and kind of go from there. And that's been pretty successful. It's kind of scary to watch because the growth on the channel here lately has been pretty crazy. Like used to, I was happy if like when I first started, I was really excited if a video hit 1,000 views. Like that was like
Yeah.
a big deal.
Yeah.
And then it kind of got to the point to where, well, I wanted to hit 2,000 views at least. And now I'm at the point where I'm wanting it to hit 5K or 9,500 views. Um, and and as we go along, I'm starting to see those numbers realize themselves in real time. So it does, once you start to grow a little more, there is an element of pressure. There's definitely an element of pressure in it, to perform and to keep pushing. But sometimes you just got to take a break.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, and that's awesome. I really admire your discipline. I'm going to, you're challenging me as you're speaking. I'm going to do that. I'm not so sure it's going to consistently be 3 a week, but I'm going to start aiming to do like 2 a week. And if I do that, I know I'm for sure going to be weekly posting.
Hmm.
Because I really do want to see this thing come off the ground. I mean, I'm ready to get monetized. Like I need to push for that. I need to just crack down, and if I just kind of just push it a little harder, I think you're right. I think I could see some pretty good success. Um, there was something that you said. God, I don't remember. I was about to say something about something you just said that kind of struck a chord with me, and I can't remember what it was. Something about, oh yeah, talking about going with your energy flow, not to sound like fruity or whatever, but basically, yes, there are times that we do need to kind of push ourselves to post or to work on something even when we don't feel like it. But also there is something to be said for not cranking something out when your like heart's not in it. You want to kind of
Right.
go with you want to go with that flow, so to speak, like that flow state of mind. That is where the best productivity comes from.
I agree 100%. It's a fine line between, and it can be hard to identify, like, am I being lazy, or am I being lazy and not disciplined, or do I actually need to take a break? Like, it can be hard to determine which is which. But as you go along, I think we all kind of learn ourselves, and we can identify how we feel and what we should do moving forward. But yeah, consistency is the biggest thing, and retaining quality, which you have, which is another thing I wanted to talk about. The name of your channel is genius. Like, it's got like a triple meaning. There's the pirate thing, there's the booty thing, and then there's the fact that pirates booty is silver and gold. It's like, it works very, very well. So what I wanted to ask is, how did you have the foresight to develop this aesthetic for your channel along with the name that you have?
Well, thank you. Okay, so the name is kind of a funny story. My wife swears up and down. Well, she doesn't up and down once I like remind her, but she's always like, "I'm the one who named your channel. That was all me." And I'm like, "No, it was a collaboration." Because here's what happened. I was like, "What am I going to call my channel? I got to call it something that's, catchy." And then I said it needs to be some kind of joke, like almost like a double entendre on the word booty, like pirate booty. And then my wife all of a sudden goes, "Booty girl." And I went, "Oh my gosh." BootyGirlStacking. That's what it's going to be, is BootyGirlStacking. And then it's also kind of that joke of, like, not to be inappropriate, I don't want to get you taken off of YouTube, but like stacked booty, like it's kind of like it's funny. Yeah. And then the booty shorts thing. Actually, the funny thing is, the booty shorts, like for my shorts, was my dad's idea. My dad was like, "Oh my gosh, booty shorts." And I was like, "Yes, booty shorts. We're doing it." But the thing about that is, like, I already knew that I was going to do a pirate theme. And I've always been, you can ask my mom, like, well, you can't, but ever since I was a kid and even just into my adulthood, I have loved pirates. And like I was telling my wife the other day, I always used to tell my mom when I was in high school, I said, "I think that we should normalize something in culture. It should be completely culturally acceptable for us to dress like a pirate every Thursday, because pirates are the most fashionable. Like, they just are. They have the coolest clothes. They have cool swords." Like, and this was like in the early 2000s. So it was like, at that time, the pirate jacket, I said, "I swear the pirate jacket is going to make a comeback." And then people started wearing these jackets that were kind of like inspired by that sort of like structured look. And I was like, "See, the pirate jacket, But
Yeah.
I've always loved Peter Pan when I was a kid. I always loved the Pirates of the Caribbean. And I've always been obsessed with treasure. And they're just things that I love, as far as just like the aesthetic and like the imagination and just the kind of mystery that goes into that time period in history. I'm also just a huge history nerd. And it's kind of a very romantic, like a romanticized time period. And I've always loved those things. And so when I got into stacking, when I was a kid, I had a bunch of coins from different countries that my grandmother had given me. And I thought they were really cool. I was like, "Oh, it's like treasure." But it wasn't until I had the realization that stacking was what I needed to be doing, that, it's good to put your money into real money. I had this realization last year, oh my gosh, I get to stack treasure. Like in real life, I get to have treasure, and it's like a good decision. It's not like a waste of my money. It's like an investment. I get an excuse to have treasure. And so when I decided to do the channel,
awesome.
It was just kind of a no-brainer. I actually filmed the you know, the title package that I have. So I
Oh,
filmed that with like the dun 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 dun.
yeah.
Yeah, I filmed that like, God, I want to say maybe 4 to 6 months before I ever made my first episode. So like, I just had this idea. My wife was like, you really should just do it. Like no one's keeping you from doing it, but you know, I was like, you know what, I should. So I laid out all of my silver that I had bought up to that point with a bunch of props, candles, all that stuff. And it was my wife's idea to like blow out the candles at the very end, and that'd be like the smoke for the graphic, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did that, and then I broke my ankle in January, January
Uh-oh.
1st. Yeah. And then I ended up being on leave for 2 months straight. And then I said, you know what? This is the time. And I just started the channel, and I just took the intro and I just edited it into like my episodes. And that was kind of that's how it kind of started organically, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, and it looks fantastic. You've even got like an outro thing, like an outro theme, which I think is really cool. And you actually inspired me to change my intro. I still haven't done it because I've been lazy. I'll get to it eventually, but I'm gonna revamp my intro to kind of theme it more towards what my theme is with the Guy Fawkes mask and all of that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so I mean, yeah, I just remember looking at your channel and I'm like, who is this? They just started and they already have an established look. And it's just worked very well. I think your camera is really good too, because your autofocus, whenever you're holding up tiny pieces, your autofocus is really good as well. I'm using a S25 Ultra, and honestly, I wish I kept my S23 Ultra because I think it was better than the 25 Ultra, but it makes do. It does all right.
I think your camera looks great, personally. I did learn, I had to kind of practice with the autofocusing. Sometimes it works better than other times. It's got to do with the way that I hold the coin that I've got in my hand at the time. Like I find that if I kind of cup it a certain way, or like have my hand sort of blocking the background a certain way, that it
Uh-huh.
more quickly autofocuses than if I just kind of daintily hold it in front of the camera. Because it's like then the camera is like struggling between the foreground and the background, but it's like almost like if I cut off the background, then the camera just goes, oh, okay, we're going with the foreground. But I think that your camera looks gorgeous. And I have to tell you this, you inspired me. So you may think I inspired you. You started it though. You inspired me. So I mean, I was watching a lot of these YouTubers, like I think like a lot of us, like 4NinesFine and Yankee Stacking, and I was like, yeah, these are good videos. They're informative. They're fun. But your videos had an established style that I liked a lot. Like I really liked how you had the box. You had I like how in your intro you shut the box, you know, and then you're like,
Uh-huh.
a huge shout out to those of you who have joined the channel. Thank you for becoming one of the finest or whatever. And I was like, oh, that's really clean. Like I like that. So you actually inspired me quite a bit, and like with the lighting and whatnot. So much so that like when I was buying these Perthment pieces here, for example, they're so pretty. I was thinking, oh my God, he's gonna watch my video and he's gonna think I just copied him. Like, but I just couldn't help but buy it because it's the Perthment, you know. Especially this,
they're the best. They're the best in the world, you know.
especially your the dragon and koi fish. Oh my gosh, I love this
Yes,
coin.
that one. Yeah.
Matching coins. But
Yep.
yeah, so I say all that to say, like, you know, when I saw your channel, and then especially when you got your intro, I was like, okay, he just like upped his game. He's about to blow up. And I used to comment on your channel quite a bit, not like a stalker or anything, but I was under like a different profile, and we had some like amicable interactions. But that was one of the things, like whenever I became like BootyGirlStacking, I was like, oh, he's never gonna know. He's never gonna know which one it was, but it's all good. But But yeah, I'm kind of curious to see what your new intro looks like. That'll be pretty exciting to see. I like the I've never seen it before, so I don't know much about the movie, but I like the V for Vendetta mask
Oh,
theme
you gotta
got
watch
going
that
on.
movie.
It's
You
good.
got you gotta watch that movie. I think stackers in general would like that movie. So if anybody in the chat hasn't seen V for Vendetta, you gotta watch V for Vendetta.
So what is it that you like so much about that movie? I mean, I haven't seen it, so I don't
It's
know anything
it's
about it.
it's 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 about rebellion against a totalitarian government.
Well, that's pretty good.
And that kind of falls in line with a lot of what stacking is, because a lot of stackers aren't just stackers, they're also preppers, and they're
Mhm.
prepping for the end times or economic turmoil or whatever it happens to be. So there's a lot of similarities in the philosophy behind the movie and the philosophy and purpose for stacking. So it's got a lot of similar. You got to check it out. It's awesome. It's an awesome movie.
I definitely will. Maybe I'll watch it tonight.
Yeah, yeah.
I'll have to
It's
watch it and
it's
let you know what I think about it.
it's a good one. It's a good one. It's been out for a while. I wish they would make something else like that, but they haven't.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but I appreciate. I'm happy I was able to inspire you. I really appreciate the compliments. There's another YouTuber on here that I was also personally inspired by. Have you ever watched Silver Britches content?
I know the name and I know I'm subscribed, but I can't remember off the top of my head what their style is like.
Yeah, yeah. His I can't really describe his style. It's just extremely clean. It's very, very, very high quality. And in the description of his videos, he has what lights he uses, and I actually have two of those now. That's what I use to light up my videos. Do you use any lighting?
Sorry, I'm laughing because do you want me to show you what I use for my lighting?
Yeah. Now that you're laughing,
This
what
little
is that?
it's literally a desk lamp that I got for $2 from the thrift store. And then a $15 lamp that I got from Amazon that I have tilted over on my table right now. That's my lighting.
Well,
Yeah,
you've done really well. You've done really
thank
well
you.
with the lighting you have. I
It's all
can't
about
really.
the light bulb, I think. It's about the temperature of the light. You've got to have that kind of it's that white light that you see in kitchens and in laundry rooms. It's kind of like almost like a sterile, bright, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
probably could do to upgrade my lighting a little bit, but I just thought, you know what, we'll just work with what we got right now. And, you know, but anyway, I couldn't really show you very good view. It's one of those lamps that like the neck twists on it. So go ahead. Sorry.
I totally forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. Here, I'll find it. I'm gonna find what the box light is called here. Once you upgrade your lighting, it will significantly upgrade your thumbnails, like your ability to take a good thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
Let me find it here. It wasn't very expensive at all, and I got two of them. Where is it? Here it is. It's called a Skytex softbox lighting kit, and it comes with two lamps.
Yes.
And
Not on
it,
Amazon.
yeah, and it's $58, and they're awesome. They
I've got to
work
get
very
one
well.
of those. I've got to get
It'll
one of those.
it'll revolutionize like the detail that you can get on these pieces, especially for pictures and things.
I love the new setup you've got with the white, like that kind of reflective glass white table. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got that. I've got that under my desk here. That is a. I don't even remember what it's called. It's an acrylic. I'll find that too here. Acrylic. I have a black one too, but I mean, it's good, but I also hate it because it just shows up all the dust in the world on top of it. It's impossible to keep it from not being covered in dust. And if you have pets, there's going to be pet hair everywhere. So I don't use the black one very often anymore. But the name of the white tabletop thing, it's called a Limo Studio 24 by 24 black and white acrylic reflective tabletop display.
Is the black one the same thing, just in black? Because I know you hate the dust on it, but I think I even prefer the black one to the white one.
The black one looks great, especially when you're showing off gold pieces. It looks fantastic.
Yeah.
The problem is you won't even touch the damn thing and it will get scratches. Like it'll just manifest scratches all over it, I swear, and dust. It's just a lot more maintenance. And what I had been doing was I get this little I have a bottle of like a glasses cleaner, and I just spray it over the top and then wipe the whole thing down with a microfiber cloth just to get it halfway decent looking.
That makes sense.
But
sometimes black is like that. No, I was just saying sometimes like black, even just like my leather black pad that I use, it does the same thing.
Yeah. I used a mouse pad for a really long time.
Really?
Yeah, but it just didn't. It absorbed light in a way that didn't complement the silver pieces.
Mine's like it's kind of like a giant mouse pad. That's sort of what I've got going on right now. This thing.
Yeah, they're good. They're solid. They're definitely a lot less maintenance than like acrylic pieces. Lately, I've just been using the top of this desk because it's got a texture to it. It doesn't reflect light super harshly. Obviously, it's just wood. So that's what I've been using here lately.
That's a good texture. Yeah, I probably should get another what do you call it? Like another pad or another table or whatever, just because this one has got so much candle wax that has accumulated in certain parts.
Yeah.
So it's just, yeah, it's definitely time for me to get a new pad / like desktop. Maybe I'll just get like a solid, like you've got. Maybe I should just do like a solid piece of black wood or something like that.
I think black wood would work really well with the aesthetic of your channel, like a driftwood type of look. Speaking of wax, I just got this little jewelry tray for my gold coins, and I got wax on it, and I've actually hidden it behind coins and stuff in a couple of thumbnails. But I'm gonna have to get a new one of those because now that wax is in there, it's never gonna come out. I'm not gonna be able to get rid of that, so I'm just gonna have to buy it.
I do the same thing. I've got quite a bit of wax hidden right here. But yeah, I like the way that looks though. That little like box you got.
Yeah, it took a while to find it because I was looking for like little props and stuff to lay the pieces out on. I really like this purple one. I don't even know what this is supposed to be, but I think you're supposed to throw your keys in it or something. I don't know, in your wallet, but
yeah, it's like a little tray.
Yeah, and it unbuttons and stuff, but it works well. I think purple looks good behind silver.
Yeah, it does. It looks pretty good.
Silver Britches asks when I'm going to get a capsule for this bar. I really need to. Do you have any RCM bars?
No, I don't. Oh, yeah, no, Royal Canadian Mint. No, I haven't gotten any of those. I really would like some though. I need to get some bars. Like I sold the only 2 bars that I owned, or traded the only 2 bars that I owned. Man, that is gorgeous.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just quality. It's the best 10-ounce bar that you could get, in my opinion.
I also love how wide they are. Like they're not just narrow. I like chunky bars, but I like how clean and how rectangular that one is, like a wide rectangle.
Yeah. For whatever reason, I don't know why. Obviously, I'd seen RCM bars all over YouTube already, but I had this idea in my head that it was significantly bigger than what it is for some reason. I don't know why, but it's still a really good size. I need to get a
You know,
couple more of these.
those bars always look bigger on camera, I've noticed. And then when you
Yeah.
actually hold it in the hand, you know, it is a pretty substantial size 10-ounce bar, though, are the Johnson Matthey bars.
Yeah, yeah, like the older style stuff.
Yeah, my LCS gets those in pretty frequently. I need to just go in and buy one because I feel like every time I go in there and he has one, I've either got a different thing that I was planning to buy or I didn't bring enough cash.
Yeah.
I need to just
Yeah.
do it.
Do you like vintage stuff?
I do. I wouldn't say the vintage stuff is my favorite, but there are a few things that I really like. Like I do like the Johnson Matthey bars. I like the Engelhard Prospector rounds. Those are pretty cool. But I'm a little more partial to the extra shiny stuff, like the Perth Mint. That's that, and also Royal Canadian Mint's coins. I love the proofs that I've gotten from them. I don't know if you've seen them or not. Let me see if I've got a couple here somewhere. Like this one. Oh my goodness! Like I love this. I want to burn myself. This is one of my favorites. It's from the Royal Canadian Mint.
Oh, that one's nice.
Yeah, it's real pretty.
Does it carry a premium?
Okay, so that's the thing. It's one of the things I really love about these coins is that here, let me get the light on it better. They're actually priced the same, like that you would pay just for a standard coin. Like I think I maybe paid 37 for this one a couple of months ago. And then let me see. I have some other ones. I think I dropped. Hold on one second. I have 4. Oh crap. Sorry. I'm getting them real quick. Okay. So this one is gorgeous. This one I got for, I think, $38.
That one is nice.
Thanks. And then I got, I don't know, is it in focus or is it blurry?
It's mostly in focus. I can tell what it is.
And then I've got this one is one of the first ones that I got. And the thing is, my LCS, he sells these to me in the cases that they come in from the Royal Canadian Mint, but he doesn't like charge me an extra premium. This one I got for $35.
Oh wow, they're all proof.
And they all have a $20 face value. Well, Canadian dollars, but I mean it's kind of a high face value. I mean the maples are only $8 face value, I believe.
I actually don't know. I should know that. Maples are a $5 face value.
Yeah, so these are beautiful proofs, and I get them exclusively. I say exclusively. I mean you can buy them online, but I buy these only from my local coin shop, and he doesn't charge me anything extra for them. So
Oh
I love
wow.
them. That one's really pretty. That one.
For not any extra, I would stack those exclusively.
Oh, I'm obsessed. So anytime I go into the shop and he has them, I buy them. The thing is if you look these up on eBay, they go for like $10 more at least than what I pay for them. So pretty good value. Yeah, so those, the Perth Mint, pretty much anything that I like 2 ounces also. Like I picked up this Tudor Beasts coin.
Yep.
I
Yep.
feel like
2 ounces are nice.
Yeah.
They're chunky.
What are your favorites? Like, what are some of your favorite things to stack?
Perth Mint.
Yeah.
Just about anything Perth Mint. Yeah. I recently I've been drawn to the Royal Canadian Mint Wildlife series.
Oh yeah.
And I've got a couple of those. I've got a grizzly bear, polar bear, and whoa, I almost dropped it. And I forget which one this is called. I ended up ordering 4 random wildlife series coins, and I got 4 of these. I think it's I can't remember what the name of the bird is, but I like these. They're unique. They're collectible. Some of them have a lower premium on them that is acceptable, but then a lot of the others, unfortunately, have a bit too much premium for what I want to pay. In regards to silver, I'm only gonna pay a higher premium unless it's Perth Mint. Like that's pretty much the only type of silver that I'll pick up and actually be okay with paying a decent amount of premium on it. I remember when I picked up my Lunar Tiger 2 ounce. I think the premium over spot on this one was like $7 or something crazy. But it was worth
way
it.
more now. Way more than that now. That's gorgeous.
Yeah, it was worth it. It's 100% worth it.
I love it. I got some of the speaking of Canadian wildlife, I've got this 1.5 ounce coin. I believe it's the Canadian Wildlife series as well. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that one is nice.
And my wife got this. This was part of a random deal that she got on gold. This is the grizzly bear. It's like the mama grizzly bear and baby or something. Also from the Canadian Wildlife series.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if that's going to focus or not. I'll have to set up my actual camera next time we do a live stream where I'm not just using my phone. But yeah, so this was pretty cool that she got a slabbed coin for a random. It was like she got a really good deal on it. But yeah, when it comes to, I'm the same way. When it comes to the Royal Canadian Mint, when it comes to pretty much anything else, I'm not willing to pay much more for a coin than I am around. Except for I have a couple of exceptions that I've made on some of these Perth Mint pieces. Like, I know you're really into Series 3, Lunar Series Perth Mint coins.
Oh, yeah.
So am I. Do you like any of the Series 2?
I love the Year of the Horse. I want the Year of the Horse. Do what?
I said that one's nice.
Yeah, I want that one. The premiums on pretty much all of them are so high, though. I just haven't. There's so many things I want to get that if something has a certain amount of premium, I'll put it off and buy other things I have on my wish list.
Yeah. Well, so I got this one for like $40. And the thing I really like about this is it's got that lion privy.
Oh, so it's got a little bit of extra rarity to it.
Yeah. So, it was $40, which isn't like super cheap. Maybe it was 41. Not the cheapest coin, but I thought since that lion privy is kind of a little bit more, it's like a lower mintage. I was willing to pay a little bit more for that. But those cases are few and far between. Oh, one last thing. That one.
Oh yeah.
$32.
What?
I got it last year for $32 for my LCS. And I mean, spot price was lower, but I mean, that's crazy.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. So
didn't you get the gold mouse for like a really good premium as well?
Yeah. So this is the one that I traded my silver for. My controversial trade. Is it focusing? Yeah, there it's focused now. I got this it was 26 ounces of, like 26 whole ounces plus a few half dollars, like a couple of half dollars. So all in all, I paid $880 for the silver that I traded. So yeah, $880. I'd say that's pretty good considering that I can't even find this coin on eBay right now.
Right. Yeah. The premiums are only going to go higher.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
You got I actually haven't made a video about this yet. I'm going to film about this next week, but you have a 2024 Kookaburra in gold. And I haven't been able to find one anywhere. Like,
it's true.
And
got this for so cheap.
So I went and picked up a 2025. I really like it because this wing on the outside is more reflective than the rest of the coin. It's got like layers of reflectiveness.
I love that.
Yeah, it's a really nice one. I don't think that they've minted the 1/4 ounce yet. I think this only comes in a 1/10 and a full ounce. But if they come out with a 1/4 ounce, I'm definitely going to pick it up. Because the premiums aren't terribly high yet on these. This is obviously it's the 2025. So I'll probably pick up a 1/4 ounce version of this if they ever release it.
Yeah, for sure. That's beautiful. I actually have one of those in my cart right now. And I kind of learned this about kookaburras and pretty much anything from the Perth Mint as far as like lunars or kookaburras go. If you think it's kind of a little bit of a high premium when the coin first comes out, you should still just get it. That's my opinion, because I got this for, at the time, this isn't even how high premium. I got this for $329, which is crazy.
Wow.
Yeah. So now these are selling for like, gosh, maybe even like 400. So, cause you can't really find them. I didn't realize that it was going to be difficult to find them. So this was the first one I bought. And then, I'm going to be getting one of those anniversary kookaburras in gold, probably a silver one too. But I got an amazing deal. This is my most recent gold purchase on this lunar snake, 1/10 ounce. You have the 1/4 ounce or the half ounce of this?
I've got the 1/4.
Gorgeous. Yeah, so I got this really for $380 on Walmart through bullion exchanges, which is kind of steep for a 1/10 ounce, but it's not, because like American Gold Eagles are going for $390 right now in the 1/10 ounce size, and then the maples are about the same price, and then like the cheap random gold you can get is going for like $365. So all things considered, I thought $380, that'll probably sound like a bargain in a couple of months, so I just grabbed it.
I think you made a good decision. Ultimately, when it comes to premiums, as long as it's not something insane like 30, 40, 50%, something absolutely crazy, you could be putting your money into plastic or something that's going to get thrown away, that's not going to retain its value, that's just like that you'll use a handful of times and then never see again. So that's kind of what I tell myself to justify some of my purchases. But eventually, now that I've still got to get the mouse, I've got to get the tiger. Let's see, I have the snake.
I really want that tiger.
Yeah, the tiger's awesome.
They're just, the tiger's the most expensive one for some reason.
Because tigers are cool. That's why. Tigers are cool. Tigers are metal. Okay. But
metal.
What was I going to say? It's kind of a painful experience having to to backtrack and pick up all the pieces that have already come out. But once I've gotten everything that I want to get out of the Lunar Series 3 in gold, I'm pretty much just going to stack Maples and Britannias.
That's really solid choice, in my opinion.
Yeah, and it's once I can get past this, and I've itched my collector's itch. That's pretty much all I'm going to be picking up. I do actually have a question for you. What do you think about 1-ounce coins? Given that, in regards to, eventually gold's going to be $10,000 an ounce, and it's probably only a decade or a decade and a half away. Do you favor 1-ounce coins? Because if you sell over $10,000 in bullion, that's a taxable event that has to be recorded.
If you sell over, what was it, 10K?
Yeah.
Yeah, and 1 ounce will probably be worth that in what, like 5 or 10 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I, in my lifetime, have the goal to at least accumulate one, at least.
Okay.
Just because I don't know, there's just something about a 1-ounce gold coin. I've never actually held one in my hand. And the idea of having a piece of gold that big is just, I mean, I know the silver is less dense, so this is probably a little bigger than what it would actually be. But I mean, that's just insane to me. But as far as like practically, from like a practical standpoint as a stacker, I'm probably not going to be predominantly stacking them just because of just how expensive they are.
Right.
Probably as big as I'll go is maybe a few 1/2 ounce pieces, but I think that the 1/10 ounce and the 1/4 ounce are probably the sweet spot. I used to be like anti 1/10 ounce, and until I realized that mentality was the reason I had not accumulated any gold. And so once I bought my first 1/10 ounce gold coin, I remember it felt like so much money. I mean, it was $330 for one tiny little coin. But then I realized, I was like, the premiums also kind of started coming down on 1/10 ounces just because of how many people are buying them now compared to like used to. There was not as much of a demand for that size. But I almost feel like the 1/10 ounce is like the new 1/4 ounce. And I feel like the new and the new 1/4 ounce to me is like the new ounce.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So, and also, like you were saying, in the future, when it comes time to sell, when the spot price of gold is $4,000, I mean, it's going to be a lot more difficult to find a individual buyer, at least for something that expensive. But if you've got like some fractional pieces, nothing crazy, but 1/10 ounce, 1/4 ounce, a few 1/2 ounces here and there, you're gonna have an easier time finding a buyer. I think that fractional gold is kind of the future of gold stacking, at least if things keep going up the way they are. What do you think?
I agree because I mean, 1 ounce of gold is almost entirely out of reach by the average person at this point. And that's after a year and a half of a bullish market. What happens over the next 10 or 15 years if we have another 5 or 6 years of a bullish market? Where's gold going to be at that point? So it really is. I remember when I first started stacking before all the crazy price action. This was right at the beginning of 2024. Everybody kind of talked down on fractional, but that's just not the case anymore because that's all we can afford now. We can't. I mean, what is gold right now? 3,400. It's like that's astronomical, and it's only going to go higher. I feel like I've been neglecting the chat a little bit. Zeus went to bed. I didn't get to say bye to him, but good night, Zeus, if you're still here.
few questions in the chat. I think Seal 4 went to bed too. He's in the UK. Yeah. We can totally go through the chat. We've got quite a bit going on here. you wanna go ahead and try to tackle some of the comments and questions?
Yeah, we've got Atomic Rooster saying that the candles are a nice touch. Thank you very much. Let's see. Looking for a question. Delgado says that he loves the Perth Dragon bars and coins. B. Taylor's in the house. How's it going, B. Taylor? Hope you're doing well. Dub C, how's it going, Dub C? Do you watch any of Dub C's stuff?
Yes, I do. I am very envious of his stack.
Me too. That guy's he's like a dictionary. He's very smart.
It's crazy.
Yeah, he's crazy smart. He's really good at live streams too.
I don't think I've been in his live. I should definitely tune into his next live stream.
He can keep up with the chat better than anybody that I've seen, while also talking in depth about metals. It's kind of impressive.
That is.
He says he just makes it all up.
There were a couple of times that I was thinking, hey, we need to get on the chat, but then at the same time, this is like the first time that we're meeting each other. So I feel like you and I, it's almost like there's just so many questions we had for each other that I was like, we got to get on that chat though. So hats off to Dub C for managing both.
Yeah, Dub C's solid. He's super solid. He also just hit 6K subs, which is really cool to see.
Ooh, congrats, Dub C. Silver Britches. Let's see. Hold on, I'm backing up.
Sometimes it won't show all the messages. It'll just show top messages, whatever that means.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and drives me crazy. You have to go to like settings and reset it.
I've got quite a bit here. Do you want me to read?
Yeah.
Let me see. We've got Tracy Haney. Thank you, Tracy Haney. She says the Lady Liberty is gorgeous. Here to support Booty Girl Stacking. Let's see. We've got hold on a second.
Salutes is asking, how much did your wife pay for that polar bear gold coin?
She got it for, I believe she got it for $866, if I'm not mistaken, which is pretty decent for a quarter ounce, a random quarter ounce. Oh wait, no, she got it for $860. I think that's what she got it for. It's not anywhere nearly as impressive as her most recent quarter ounce that she purchased, which there's a crazy story behind. I'm probably going to do I'm probably going to do a video here in the near future with her. She's just recently joined me as a stacker, and I'm really proud of her. But her most recent coin, there was a whole debacle with the shipping that I'll let her tell that story. But if you want to see it, it's gorgeous. It's this 2010 proof 1/4 ounce gold eagle. For whatever reason, it looks so much bigger than, I know it's because of the copper and silver content, but it looks massive compared to the other quarter ounce coins. I don't get it. Like, look at that.
Is it really that much bigger? Oh, wow, it is.
They're both quarter ounces, but I literally checked it twice. I was like, did they accidentally send you a half ounce? Because this coin is massive. But look at that. There's
that extra 8% copper.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the American Gold Eagle, just like on its own, but the proof, oh my gosh. And she got the double eagle, which is my favorite. This thing is so pretty. So anyway,
That one
I
is
don't even
nice.
know. I don't even know what we were saying. Yeah, she got a good deal on that too. Liberty Coin on eBay, their eBay store. If you want to check that out, they're selling those for a pretty good deal because usually those carry a really high premium. She got it for $920, which I mean it's definitely over $900, but regular coins, like regular like not premium, whatever you want to call it, like Maples, American Gold Eagles, other quarter ounce coins are going for over $900 right now. Some of them are like 910. So the fact that she got that proof for 920, I mean, that's a steal. So
Yeah, that's a really solid deal, and it's a unique piece. Liberty Coin has some great deals on there.
they really
This is
do.
where Liberty Coin is where I got this little $5 Indian head.
I love that. Do you plan on stacking more pre-33 gold?
I don't know yet, and I love pre-33 gold. The only thing about it is I'm very OCD about my stack, and I'm very OCD about the weight of my stack.
I feel you.
And this is a very odd number. It's like 0.2346 or something like that of gold. So it kind of messes with the math, and I like to keep it really organized. I'll probably pick up another $5 Indian head, but that'll probably be it for the pre-33, just because I like to keep everything uniform for the most part.
No, I understand that. I mean, I threw everything off once I bought that 1 gram gold bar.
Yeah.
Yeah, uniformity ruined. Because now every time I do my math, I'm like, okay, 5 1/10 ounce gold coins. Okay, that's half an ounce, and then a quarter ounce and a gram. And then I have to convert the gram to like a decimal of an ounce and this whole thing. But
Yeah.
I mean, some of those gram bars, I mean, I'm considering getting a 2.5 grammer just because they have some really low premium, some of those bars, but I probably would only get like a PAMP or a what do you call it? The assayers, refiners, something like that. I can't remember. I love the way those bars look, but the security features on the PAMP bars are the best. And so, I mean, if I'm going to get a couple of bars, that's the way I would want to lean. Also, they tend to sell better than some of the other bars, but I don't intend on like making that the majority of my stack. I think I'm going to be going heavier on coins just because it's way better in the secondary market, like when it comes time to sell. But
There's some really pretty bars that I want, but here's my thing about bars is I like to fondle my gold, okay? And everybody gets upset when you cut it out of its assay card. And that if I order a gold bar, the moment it comes in, that's the first thing I'm going to do. And that's like a no-no. So
well, then
that's
you're
why
actually go ahead. Sorry.
so that's why I've avoided bars so far.
Well, then you're in a better position then, because that means you can get cheaper bars because they sell those things out of the assay for really good deals all the time. So like, you can get like those random out of assay bars, like the secondary market ones, and they'll sell them for, way cheaper than the ones that are in the card. I mean, if you want to do that, you just buy one that's out of the assay already.
What site do you usually see that at?
I am obsessed with eBay. So, but like the official sellers. Yeah. So, when it comes to gold specifically, because they seem to have the best deals. So, like, I love Liberty Coin. I'm not sponsored by them. maybe one day, right? Liberty Coin always has incredible deals on their eBay store. And then they've always got like a random out of assay 1/10 ounce, or not 1/10 ounce, sorry, random out of assay 1 gram or a 2.5 gram or 5 gram bar that you can buy. Then also I see that on, there's that BGS seller that usually does it. And then I believe there's a couple of other big box dealers on eBay that have those deals, and they'll usually have them on their website as well. But I still haven't figured out how to do the check wire thing without there being some sort of fee. Because I tried to do that one time and my bank was going to charge me like $10 or $20 or something. And I was like, I might as well just use the credit card. It doesn't make sense for me to do that. So anyway, I go on eBay because their eBay stores always sell it for cheaper than their websites. And they usually have those random deals.
I actually did a bank wire today for a decent amount of money. It wasn't for metals though, but I did a bank wire, and she gave me, this is the manager of the assistant manager of the bank, okay? And I get back home and I read the receipt, and the account number, the recipient, the beneficiary's account number, who I sent it to, is wrong. She typed in the wrong freaking account number. So,
oh my gosh.
And it was for like, I won't say the amount of money. It was a lot of money, okay? And
oh my gosh.
she typed in and I spent about an hour on the phone getting that situated, and then they wouldn't send me an email of the new receipt because of information privacy, personal data privacy policies or whatever. So then I had to go back up there and have them print the correct receipt, because I wanted the receipt with the correct account number on there. So that was very frustrating, and it was hot outside, and I was mad.
Wow. That sucks.
Yeah, but we got it figured out.
Wow. Man, I'll have to, I'm going to save this for the video that I make with her, like I was saying. But it just reminds me so much. Well, it reminds me of what happened with my wife's coin, with that proof American Gold Eagle. Only, oh my gosh. Basically, they basically gave her coin to the wrong person.
Wait.
I'm not even kidding you. Well, that's what they said. I'm pretty sure that the driver was trying to do something with her coin.
They know what's in these packages.
Yeah, they do, because he just magically, like once they finally contacted him, he just magically came to her, and he straight up lied to her about him not being the one that had delivered it to the quote unquote wrong person, even though she literally saw him in the neighborhood. And it took us probably 2 hours I'm a pretty nice person. But I basically had to be very pushy to get the quote unquote customer service to connect me to the person, to connect me to the person, to connect me to the person that would actually help us. And it was a very time is of the essence sort of thing. And it's honestly crazy that she actually got her coin back, because I'm pretty sure that he was stealing it. So I guess I told the story in a nutshell. Yeah, that I've never had. And the thing that's crazy about that is I have ordered coins online more times than I can count, and I've never had this sort of thing happen to me before. And I hate that it happened to her, because she just started doing this. Like, this is literally the second coin that she's ordered online. And I felt so bad for her. She was just like, I'm never ordering online again. I'm only buying from the LCS. That's it. And I was just like, I don't blame you. I think maybe one day you will order online again, but I'm not pushing you at all, because this was a nightmare.
Yeah. I don't blame her. It is sketchy. It is sketchy when you order something that's substantially priced, and I always end up refreshing over and over and over the delivery details, refreshing. I'm texting people and I'm like, hey, my package is about to be here. Are you ready for it? Blah, blah, blah. So it's a little nerve wracking.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and the thing that's crazy about it is that's what she was doing. She literally walked outside and she saw him in the neighborhood, like delivering packages to other people. And she tried to flag him down and he straight up like ignored her. And then like 10 minutes after that happened, she got a notification saying that her package had been delivered and signed for, and someone had forged
No.
her first name, and it wasn't even spelled correctly, had been forged. So that's when we were like, what is going on right now? Yeah. So we got on that, got it taken care of. Thank God she got it back, because I was like, yeah, no. $920 coin, no. So crazy. Just crazy. But
that's something you got to worry about in the future now too.
Well, yeah, because it's like, okay, how did he know? Because
they know. They know.
But it
they work
sucks,
with it all day. Yeah, I know.
He must just know. He must have just put two and two together, like, oh, these girls are ordering coins. They're ordering gold and silver. Like somehow he knew that. Like, just I guess because I've ordered so many times, But it's just,
you know what I bet? I bet like if it shows the sender's like, I don't know, like some holdings company name, or maybe they're where it was sent from. I bet for certain packages that are an interesting weight, they probably look up these addresses and see where the package is coming from.
See, that's what I thought, but then I put the return address in a search engine, and the company didn't come up. It was like from a PO box or something, because it was kind of done in a way to sort of make it discreet, I guess, for the buyer. Somehow he knew though, and I don't know. I'm gonna have to figure out how he knew though, because now I'm like concerned about ordering online, which sucks because those are where the best deals are a lot of times.
Yeah, that would make me anxious too.
This is interesting. Somebody put in the chat, the driver probably had a metal detector stick.
Well, okay, yeah.
Maybe. I don't know. That's an interesting idea.
That's very likely. Other than that, I don't know how they would. But they work with packages all day long, so they're gonna, electronics get stolen a lot. Those true. Get lost in shipment. They know what those are.
Yeah. It's just unfortunate, like if anything, my mind was in a completely different place. Here I am thinking that porch pirates are something to worry about, but in reality, you've got to worry about the guy that's supposed to be safely delivering your stuff.
Can't trust anybody.
So crazy.
That's why we're a faceless YouTube channel. Would you ever do a face reveal?
Never.
Yeah, me neither.
There's a couple people that want me to, because I think they've just got some funny little fantasy things going on in their head. But I'm like not. I just can't do it. Like I know there are people that do face reveals. There are people that do full on, like, what's his name? Silver. Oh God, what's his name? Silver. I was watching him
Seeker,
today.
right?
Yeah, Silver Seeker. He shows his whole face.
Yeah.
But I don't know how he does it without getting. I mean, I'm sure he has, safe and everything, and he probably has his metals hidden very well. But still, the idea of someone knowing what I look like, I just can't. I don't know. It's just too risky for me personally.
Yeah.
Would you? Yeah. Would you ever do one?
No. Never. Never.
Never.
Absolutely not.
We'll stick to
I'm
AI.
not worried about losing the stack. I'm worried about people getting hurt.
Yep.
Specifically, that's what I'm worried about. Yeah, because I'm not home all the time. I know what to do if somebody tries to get in. That's on them. That's going to be a
Yeah,
bad day
for
for
sure.
them. But I'm not always home, so yeah, no, never.
No,
And
it's too risky.
it would kind of ruin the whole Mr. Gray Man mysterious Guy Fawkes mask thing I got going on.
Oh yeah, for sure. I feel like you and I have, and if anything, the little promo AI images we were generating certainly added a layer to this, or kind of revealed this. You and I think, have more mystique and mystery to our aesthetic and our identity than a lot of people do.
It's fun.
It's really fun. That little back and forth thing was just like we were like writing a story. It was super fun. Oh
Yeah,
my god, it was so funny.
I had fun with that. Dan in the chat actually just said something interesting. He said, "That's why shipping to Canada sucks. You have a declaration sheet on the outside saying what's inside."
What? Why?
So, because I won't get into it.
It's like
I'm not
is it
gonna.
in your mind some sort of security thing, like their
Uh,
way of protecting themselves from anthrax, even though people shipping anthrax would never put that on the package?
yeah, I don't know. It's a liberty thing, I guess, that Canada doesn't respect, or at least the Canadian government.
Yeah, for sure. They don't. I think they don't respect a lot of liberty things, unfortunately.
A lot of freedoms, yeah.
Yeah.
Great
The
people,
Canadians rock, though. The people are
yeah,
awesome.
great people, but
Yeah, that does suck. Man.
well,
Something. There was
this
something I was going to say. I don't remember what it was, though.
oh, there. What I wanted to say is, I want to try to challenge you here. In July, no pressure at all, no pressure. But in July, let me check your. How many followers do you have? 1.3.
Let me see. If I'm at 1.3, I must have just hit it today. Let me see here. Right now, I'm at 1.28 subs.
Okay, let me do some quick math, super duper fast.
So almost 1.3. We're 2 away from 1.3.
If if you do 3 videos a week, every week throughout July, without a doubt, there's no doubt in my mind that you would on August 1st, you would be at 2,200 subs
Okay.
in a month. In a month, I swear. That's what I think. I'm calling it.
Okay. 2,200, 3 videos a week. Okay. Challenge accepted.
Yeah, there we go.
I'll do
Because
it.
I'm gonna get back up on the horse. I've been being lazy and feeling sorry for myself. So I'm gonna get back on top of my grind. I have got to reshoot my intro. I have the best idea for it. It's gonna be really cool. I don't know. I've been lazy, I guess.
I feel
But
you. I mean, here's the deal. Shooting the intro is a whole thing. I mean, it takes quite a bit of time. It's got a lot more editing goes into an intro. So, but you know what though? Go for it. Do it. I mean, I know I from what you've told me so far, it's going to be great. So I can't wait to see what it is.
I appreciate it.
Oh,
I know what it's gonna be. I know what it's gonna be. I just need to get over this. Uh, I've got like creator burnout or something. I don't know.
you know what though? I totally get it. I mean, I struggle with that. I was struggling with that this past week a little bit. Not necessarily burnout, but just sort of the whole what am I like exactly going to say? You know, sort of when you get into a little bit of a brain fog just because you haven't been
Hmm.
spinning the wheels. But you know what? I will say this to your point about like writing down the ideas at work. I've done that same thing before. Without fail, anytime that I schedule out between 5 to 10 videos, like video ideas, and I write them down, I always crank them out because it's fresh on my mind. I've already got the concept going, and then it makes it that much easier to just, produce the actual video. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna write down like 20 different video ideas. Obviously, they're gonna change because things change over time, like with the markets, but just write down these like concepts and I'm gonna do it. I accept your challenge. I'm gonna do 3 videos a week in the month of July and just see where
I
this thing
swear.
goes.
With the shorts, with like the hey, check out the full video here stuff, you will be at 2,200 subs in
Oh,
August.
okay, deal.
I
Deal.
swear.
I want to
I
get to where you're at. That's what I'm trying to get to
well,
that at least 3,000 within the next couple of months. So
here's the thing about your channel is that nobody else has on out of the small community is you have the highest, because I like to look at numbers and stuff. You have the highest subscriber to video ratio out of anybody. It's like 76, I believe, um, which is ridiculously high. It's crazy high.
well, that's
Um,
exciting. That's
so
exciting.
you have the presentation quality, and you've already got it figured out what your channel is, and it's just worked so well. Um, and if you did this for like 2 months, July and August, your channel would be at like 4,000 subs or maybe even more. And I'm monetized now, and right now I'm averaging like roughly 4,000 watch hours a month right now. Um, it really it's a really good feeling when you put all this work into it, and you kind of almost have to treat it like a second job. But it all comes down to how bad do you want it? Do you want to succeed or
Sure.
not?
For sure, you
And
have to.
it'll get to a point where, and I can tell you this from experience, it'll get to a point to where YouTube is buying your 10th ounce coins and your quarter ounce coins. And
Yeah,
that's a big, and you're like not far away at all. You're literally a couple months away.
so close. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, um, we'll end on that. This was an excellent live stream. This is my favorite live stream that I've ever done.
Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm so excited. We've got to do this again. Like, I want to make this a regular thing.
Yeah, well, we're gonna flip flop. So we're gonna be
All
on
right.
we'll be on your channel next, and we'll figure out some type of promo again or whatever, and kind of get everybody excited.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll put it on the books and I will host the next one here pretty soon.
Yeah, we'll do it soon. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Thousandaire, I don't know if you're still there, but thank you for the donation very, very much. I didn't expect that at all. I appreciate that a lot. B. Taylor, Joe, Delgado, Dan, Paul, Bianca, Chris, if you're still there, Joe, Bill, everybody. Thank you guys for hanging out. This was a ton of fun, and we will catch you next time on BootyGirlStacking's channel, and we'll pick it up from there.
Thank you guys so much. It was awesome seeing all of y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Everybody stay safe out there. Keep stacking. Peace.